Hey y'all, welcome to the Creator Seed Diaries for Botanical Interests. I am Asia, the face of Yellow Door Urban Homestead on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm gardening in Virginia Zone 7B in my urban backyard. It is a normal size urban backyard. I grow in-ground and no-dig bags, raised beds, greenhouses, and green stalks. And I grow 365 days a year here. I like to share my wins, but I also like to share my learning experiences. I do not call them failures. I like to share every way that I'm growing because I think that I have a way that just about anyone can grow in their backyard. So it makes gardening feel accessible. Oh, and I rarely follow the garden rules. I try to keep it light and fun so that I will always want to garden. But today, I want to share with you the seeds I have already started or I will be starting soon to prepare for my fall garden. And these seeds love cool weather. They thrive in cool weather. And I know it may seem a little early to be talking about fall gardens, but if you did not know, fall gardens are not started in fall. The seeds are actually started sometime in the summer, and then the seedlings are actually planted out mid to late summer in most cases. In my case, I start my seeds in June and July, and I plant them out between mid-August and early September. So let's just go ahead and get right into this gardening conversation. I will try to keep it short, but I really love talking about gardening and seeds. The spring and fall garden can feel very green. In that sea of green, I like to add a pop of color. So we are gonna start off with snapdragons. And this is the Magic Carpet blend from Botanical Interest. Snapdragons can live from fall to summer in my area. The plant is very cold hardy, so it can go all the way through winter. You won't get any buds, but the plant will survive. And then in early spring, you will have a beautiful show of snapdragons. If you start snapdragon seeds now and plant them out in fall, you absolutely will not regret it the following spring and summer. So what I will tell you is snapdragon seeds are very small. So the only thing you really need to do is surface sow them. And when I say surface sow, you just need to put the seeds on the top of the soil, press them down so that there's contact, then make sure that you keep the soil moist. Once you do that, you will eventually, like in 7 to 14 days, maybe 21, I'm just going with the 7-day thing, because sometimes they can take a little bit of time. Once you do that though, you will start to see small sprouts. The seeds are small, and so when they pop up, they're also small. I have never regretted starting snapdragon seeds. They're normally very prolific once they start to flower, and they look beautiful in a flower bouquet. Next up is one of my favorite herbs. It does not really like the heat and the sun, and that is cilantro. This is long-standing Santos. Cilantro notoriously balts in my garden, and it rarely makes it to summer. For that reason, it always gets a spot in my spring garden and in my fall garden. However, balting is not a bad thing because when cilantro balts, it just makes coriander and also seeds for you to plant next season. I'm personally a leaf girl. I use the leaves to make crema, to make cilantro lime. I just chop them up and put them on French fries because it's absolutely delicious. I honestly will use cilantro to replace parsley, like that's how much I like it. And this year, I'm really hoping to make some delicious chimichurri. I see it everywhere and it just looks so delicious. So yes, we're gonna be starting cilantro to go into our fall garden. Cilantro is kind of a love-hate type situation. Some people love it, some people don't, and a lot of people say that it tastes like soap. To me, it is divine. I almost forgot, cilantro has a pretty large seed also. Cilantro is one of the seeds that can be direct sown, or you can start it early in cell trays. I personally start just about everything in cell trays because I do not remember to water when I direct sow. But remember, if you started in cell trays, try not to disturb the roots when you plant it out. Just pop it out of your cell tray and right into the soil. Skip teasing the roots. Okay, so moving on. Up next, we have brassicas because you cannot have a fall garden without brassicas. And in case you're not sure what brassicas are, those are your broccolis, your cauliflowers, your cabbages, your kales, things like that. But we're gonna talk about rapini broccoli rabe. In my opinion, rapini broccoli rabe is a bit of a cheat code for growing broccoli. Rapini is grown for like the broccoli shoot, so you're not waiting for a full head of broccoli. And the leaves, the stem, and the floret are edible. So this variety has 45 days to maturity. Full transparency, broccoli rabe is a little bit bitter. It's not the same taste as broccoli, but it's delicious. I like to use it in ramens. I like to use it in soups. I will saute it with like some complete seasoning. It's absolutely delicious as its own standalone dish. As far as planting these seeds, you just need to put a small divot in your soil, about 1/4 inches deep. Drop your seed down in it, cover it up, and make sure the soil stays moist. That's about it. A humidity dome could be helpful, and then you will see probably within 7 days, broccoli rapini, brassicas in general, they germinate really quickly. Another vegetable that I love to grow in fall is collards. One of the seeds that I plan to start is Top Bunch 2.0 collards. I grew these for the first time last year, and if it makes sense to you, I like the way the plant looked and the thickness of the leaves. Collards are very cold hardy, and they actually taste a bit sweeter once they've already been hit by a frost. And for me, in my space, collards is a perfect production crop because I can use the cut and come again method, which means I just pull the leaves off instead of pulling the whole plant out of the ground, and the plant will continue to grow. So all through the season, I could just come outside in my backyard, pull some leaves, and the plant will continue to grow, and I will continue to have harvest. On top of all of that, collard leaves with a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onions, a little bit of bacon grease, sauteed. Absolutely delicious, y'all. And as far as starting these seeds, it's pretty much the same as broccoli rabe. You can start them in cell trays, you can direct sow them, and then just make sure you keep the soil moist. And last but not least, because I could literally talk about gardening and seeds all day, is kale. And I am showing you the Premier Kale blend. This is perfect because you get several different types of kale in one seed packet. Kale is very versatile. You can use it in soups, you can eat it fresh, you can use it in smoothies. Not my smoothie, but somebody can use it in a smoothie because I don't do kale in smoothie. You can also just use it as a standalone side dish. It's very versatile and also very nutritious. And on top of all of that, it is cold hardy, so you can literally grow kale from the fall all the way up until summer, and sometimes they will last through summer as well. Kale is definitely one of those things that I want to have in my fall garden, and you may want to give it a thought too. And with this pack, you get such an appearance diversity. I love that. I love it just as much as I love eating kale. I will start, or I have already started some of these seeds for my fall garden to be planted by August or September. And yes, I even start cilantro in cell trays before I plant them out. Yes, the package says to direct sow them. They do not recommend you starting them in seed trays. I personally do start them in seed trays. Direct sowing is what's recommended, but I can tell you from my own experience that starting them in seed trays also does work. As long as you don't allow the seedlings to get root bound and you don't disturb their roots on the way out of the cell trays. Because just remember what I said at the beginning, I really follow the rules. Anywho, tell me down in the comments, are you growing any of these varieties? Also, if any of these seeds caught your attention, you can use the botanical interest links below to check them out. Like I said, this is the creators, with the S, Seed Diaries from Botanical Interest. So make sure you check out some of the other creators that's from different gardening zones, that have different gardening practices, that are starting different seeds from me to get a little more garden information and a little bit of inspiration. Don't forget to like this video, to subscribe to the Botanical Interest YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video and you want to follow along for this garden, the fall garden, and all the gardens in the future, you can visit me at Yellow Door Urban Homestead on all of the platforms. Thank you for watching. And once again, thank you Botanical Interest for including me in this series, and I look forward to and I'm excited to see what the summer garden provides while I wait for the fall garden. Thanks again for watching. Bye y'all.